Hey, Mrs. Fortine?
Yes, Miss Legere.
I'm curious to know how you and your husband met.
We both worked for the Gold River Trading Company. I'd already been at the lodge for a few years with my brothers when he first came through. We courted for a while, and eventually decided to elope.
Love at first sight, huh?
It took a while to get to know him, but I could see he was different from the other trappers. Brutes and wild men, but not Carl. After we were married, we both left the company and came west to work independently.
Are you from Western Vespuccia originally?
No, I'm Cheyenne. We come from the southern part of the province you call Rotterdam. Your friend, Miss Redbird. Who are her people?
I asked, but she doesn't know herself. We met her at an Otham village, where she was staying as a guest.
I see. Well, send her my way when she has a moment. I'd love a chat.
You folks been to Rosewater often?
Several times, yes. We usually spend the winter there. Ever since they extended the rail line, we can go there and sell to traders who ship our pelts back east. Actually, Rhea was born in Rosewater.
You don't say. Have you had your dog long?
Only a few days. We adopted Gagi from a traveling carnival we passed some miles back. Pa wasn't too enthusiastic about it. But I thought it would do the children good to have a companion. Although I have noticed that Bram starts to sneeze something awful when she's around. I hope he gets over it.
How did you come up with the name Gagi?
Oh, that was Rhea's doing. Gagi is her way of saying doggy. We all thought it was adorable, and the name stuck.
So, what's the trapper's life like?
It can be rough, but I like the freedom. We can go where we want, when we want, without any boss telling us otherwise.
It's not too dangerous for a young family?
The children are born to it. They can hunt and trap with their eyes closed. Besides, we don't go after anything dangerous. Mainly deer, elk, and beavers.
Your children seem very capable. How old are they?
Beth is 14, Bram is 9, and Rhea is 18 months.
That was a good meal. I much prefer our means of transportation.
Harley, come, join us.
No! Bad dog! Bram! Take this mutt back to the wagon. She has caused enough trouble for one night.
She's just a pup. You can't expect her to be a perfect angel without being trained to it.
Trained? I would like to know how we will find the time for that. Honestly, I do not know what Sarah was thinking taking her in.
Here, Mr. Fortine, have some rum. I think it will do you some good.
I probably shouldn't, but why not?
How about that song you were going to play us, Phil?
Ah, yes. This is a tune I have always enjoyed.
The tent I'm sharing with Nadine. It's more spacious than it looks. Jake and Danny's tent. Mr. Fortine?
Yes?
Just wanted to tell you, your family's lovely.
Oh, that is very kind of you, Miss Leger. I am blessed to have such a loving wife and children. Quite fortunate. Ironic, really.
How do you mean?
Most folk mispronounce my surname as Fortune. if they see it written down. There's supposed to be power in names, right? Maybe even wrong ones.
How did you come to meet Mrs. Fortine?
Oh, well, I was working at the Gold River Trading Company, and she came in to work at the lodge with her brothers. The other trappers treated her and her kin like the dirt they walked on, but eventually I convinced her I was different. Decided we should elope a short while after we began courting. The fools I worked with did not look too favorably upon me marrying a native girl. So I said to hell with them. We left town and moved out here to make it on our own. Been doing fine ever since.
I'd like to know more about your children.
Those apples did not fall too far from the tree, thank the Lord. Bram's a great shot, and Bet's as good a trapper as me, maybe better. I just hope that does not cause trouble when the time comes to find her a husband.
Pardon my frankness, but I get the impression you don't much care for your dog.
It's not that I don't care for her. I do not believe we can care for her. We've already got 5 mouths to feed. One more won't help. Ma didn't even consult me before taking her. Says she got her for the children, but they should worry about taking care of each other, not some poor animal.
What's the trapper's life like?
It can be a lonely life. Lots of trappers live and work alone and hardly ever see another living soul. I think it drives them a little crazy, like they forget how to be human. That is why I thank God every day for my family. They saved me from that.
Mrs. Fortine mentioned you were headed to Rosewater?
That's right. It's where we do most of our business. Be nice to see old Sheriff Campbell again. He's good people.
He's in the middle of playing. Hey, Miss Johnson?
What do you need?
Phil's not bad, is he?
I've certainly heard worse. Think I'll be retiring soon. Early start tomorrow.
You're always the first one down. Be nice to have you stick around a while longer.
Think so, huh?
Sure. This is our chance to wind down. Enjoy each other's company some.
All right. Maybe just this once.
I noticed you and the dog were getting on well.
She's sweet. This family don't appreciate what they've got. Been thinking about getting a dog myself. Ain't found the time.
Excuse me, but it's getting late. I should put Rhea to bed.
Very well. It was nice talking to you, Beth.
And you. Good night.
She's not much.
It's so nice to have music, isn't it?
Sorry, think we could talk later? I want to hear Phil play.
Not now, Harley. I'm listening to the music.
Jake and Danny's tent. I had my doubt.
Sorry, think we could talk later? I want to hear Phil play.
Not now, Harley. I'm listening to the music.
Kind of hypnotic. Mr. Ford,
Yes?
if Yeggy's a burden to you, we could take her off your hands.
You would do that?
Sure.
No, I couldn't. Ma would raise Cain, and the children would hate me if I gave away their dog.
You're right. I would want to put you in that position. Forget I asked.
Bravo, Phil.
Gracias.
This has been enjoyable, but I think it's time for me and the family to call it a night.
Pleasure meeting you folks. Appreciate the company.
Likewise. Good night, and good luck on your travels.
Let us keep the evening going, shall we?
Got any more songs for us, Phil?
In fact, I do. I always found this one rather beautiful. Dime que me haré, sin tu amor, flor silvestre. Si los días no me pertenecen, desde que crucé tu jardín. Si tu aroma mi alma carece, pierdo el deseo de vivir. Y cuando volveré, a en mis brazos tenerte. Si estando libre tú eres feliz, cuando nadie tu paso detiene, la distancia no se compadece de estos ojos que sufren por ti. Y vivo la ilusión de que un día regreses. Entre abrazos y caricias confieses que no hay vida sin mí. Y dime que me haré sin tu amor, flor silvestre. Si los días no me pertenecen, desde que crucé tu jardín. Si tu aroma mi alma carece, pierdo el deseo de vivir.
Goodness, that was certainly...
Are you crying?
Of course not. Just got a cinder in my eye.
That was a beautiful song, Phil. Thanks for sharing.
My pleasure.
Hey, Nadine, how's it going?
I enjoyed speaking with the Fortines. I hope they fare well in Rosewater. So many people just come and go through town. It's not really a home for many. Kind of sad if you think about it.
Time for me to bed down. See you all bright and early.
What'd you think of our dinner guests?
Mr. Fortine seems a hard-working man. Nothing but respect for that. Of course, that ain't the only thing I respect him for. If I could catch a woman like he did, hoo-wee, I'd die a happy man. Mrs. Fortine's a lovely lady. A damn fine, beautiful, lovely lady. Them two make a real nice couple. and the kids seem like good eggs. Hell, even old Ramblin' Jake could think of settling down and starting a family with a gal like that.
I thought it was Gentleman Jake.
Well, now, not always. Real glad we met him. Real glad. I'm feeling a mite queasy, so if you folks don't mind.
Hey, Danny. How's your evening been?
I really enjoyed meeting the Fortines. It's nice to see a family that's so close. All that time on the road and in the mountains, with only each other to rely on. It can't be easy, but they clearly make it work. I think maybe I'll ride my parents next chance I get.
Time for me to call it a night.
Good night, Harley.
Buenas noches.
Sleep well.
Morning. Say, isn't that the Fortines dog?
Not anymore. They let me take her.
Oh, well, good. Geggy didn't seem too thrilled with the family.
I don't think she was. And her name's not Geggy anymore. It's Lisa Lou.
Could I perhaps suggest another name?
No, but I appreciate you asking first. Now come on, let's head out.
Phil?
Harley?
How are you liking the guitar?
It is a fine instrument. I have not had the opportunity to play in some time.
Meeting those trappers was fortunate.
Are you attempting to make a pun?
What? No. I would never. Puns are the lowest form of humor.
Aha! And what would you consider the highest?
The highest? That would have to be puns too. Only the so bad it's good sort where it kind of wraps around and becomes great again.
Ha! Very good. I shall keep that in mind. Anyway, yes, I am glad we encountered them. They were quite entertaining, especially the father. Seeing him loosen up after a few swigs of rum was quite satisfying.
We'll talk more later.
I look forward to it.
That's what keeps this heap going. Makes it pretty hot in here, too. I don't think I've read much. Hey, Jake?
Yeah, Harley?
It was nice to spend time with that trapper family.
With who? Oh, right, the Fentons.
I believe they were the Fortines.
Right.
I appreciate the chat.
Anytime, Harley.
The wagon is slowing down again.
See anything out there, Danny?
Yeah, this is a small building.
Let's go take a look.
Engine's running hot. I'm giving it a rest. We set off again in half an hour.
I'm going to see what's happening over at that shack. You want to come, Jake?
Oh, you go on, Danny. I wanted to have a word with Miss Johnson.
Oh, okay.
I will accompany you.
As will I.
Harley?
Go on. I'll be along in a minute.
Sorry, mon cher. It seems fortune was not on your side.
Oh, shoot.
Hi there.
Bonjour. Welcome. I am Lady Tichet. Are you interested in taking my little challenge?
So what's the challenge exactly?
But it is quite simple. I bet you 1 crown I can read your mind.
Okay. How does it work?
I shall lay 9 cards out on the table, then avert my gaze. You pick one of the cards, then place the rest into the box over there. Once that is done, I will tell you which card you are holding. If I am wrong, which I sometimes am, you win double your money. Interested?
Mind running through those rules once more?
Of course not. I shall lay 9 cards out on the table, then avert my gaze. You pick one of the cards, then place the rest into the box over there. Once that is done, I will tell you which card you are holding. If I am wrong, which I sometimes am, you win double your money.
Let's be honest here. You aren't really a mind reader. What's the trick?
No trick, madame. I have been blessed with a gift.
Oh, yeah? Then what number am I thinking of right now?
Those without the sight are so quick to mock and doubt. If you wish to see my gift in action, you need only accept my challenge.
I'm leaving now.
Mais fortune
You have your card?
Yep.
Let's see. I sense that you have drawn the key.
Damn!
Oh, I am so sorry. It seems fortune was not on your side.
I'm leaving.
May
Hello again.
Are you interested?
Right.
One cra- All done?
Yep.
All right. I send the ship.
Ha!
Impossible. How about we 2 crowns?
The odds seem... Ready.
Let me. I send the cat.
Wrong again.
Merde. Will you indulge me in trying a 3rd time?
Prepare to lose.
You have your card?
Yep.
Let's see. I sense that you. The cat.
Damn!
Oh, I am so sorry.
I'm leaving.
May.
Hello again.
Are you interested?
I'm leaving.
May. Are you interested?
I'm leaving.
May.
Lady Tichet, mind reader, take the challenge. Right. Hey, I can see my reflection in the lamp from here. Hello again.
Are you interested in taking my little challenge?
Right.
One. All the. I said the ship. I. How to.
The odds. Ready.
I. May. Will you?
Prepare.
You have your.
Yep.
I said the stone.
Damn!
Oh, I am.
I'm leaving.
May.
Hey, Hello again.
Hello. Would you care to attend?
I'm leaving.
May 1st.
Wait a minute. From this angle, I can see the tabletop reflected in the glass. So that's how she does it. Hello again.
Hello.
I'm leaving. Hey. 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 Hello.
Are you?
Right. Yeah.
Will you and
Prepare.
you have your card?
Yep.
Let's see. I sense that. May
Hey. Wait a minute. From this angle, I can. So that's how. Hello again.
Hello. Would you?
You can drop the act, sister. I know you're cheating.
That is a very serious accusation. You may think you have discovered some chicanery, but I assure you there is none. The truth is, my results speak for themselves.
I'm leaving.
May
Hey. Wait a minute. So that's how. Wait. So that. Hello again.
Hello.
I'm leaving.
May
Hey. What are you up to, Nadine?
I've just been observing that woman. She doesn't seem trustworthy.
Geez, it's really telling if you think she's untrustworthy.
What do you mean?
Just that you always seem to see the good in people.
Of course. We are imperfect, so we cannot judge. But this woman is up to something. I just don't quite know what. I would keep my eye.
What's going on, Phil?
Poor Danny seems upset about losing, but it serves him right for listening to a swindler. Everyone knows these things are rigged.
What's going?
But
Hey, Danny? I know how that fraud is guessing everything correctly.
Really? How?
She can see the cards reflected in that lamp when she turns away.
Of course! So what do we do now?
Let's beat her at her own game. Shoot out the lamp.
Ah, I get it. Okay, sure.
Just what in the ether do you think you're doing?
The jig is up, Lady Tichet. You're not gonna scam anyone ever again.
Oh, I beg to differ.
híjole!
Now here's what's gonna happen. You're all gonna turn around and leave, nice and quiet like. I ever see any of you around here again, you get shot on sight. Do I make myself clear?
All due respect, we've got you outnumbered and outgunned. You're in no position to negotiate. We'll go, but first you're giving us our money back.
Fine. Take it.
Pleasure doing business. Come on, let's get back to the wagon. Hey, Jake?
Yeah, Harley? Anytime.
Hey, Danny. Let's talk.
Sure.
So did you get PD's memorial sorted out?
Yeah, I think so. It was hard saying goodbye, but I needed to do it.
Goodbyes aren't easy. Never quite got the hang of them myself.
No?
I don't like to stick around in one place too long, so eventually I just move on. Figure I'll be back around again sometime later. But you don't always get another chance for a proper farewell.
Well, I hope you're not planning on leaving us just yet.
Nah, I like to finish what I start. How about that trapper family, huh?
It's nice to see good people like that out here in the wilderness. Pretty easy to get jaded and expect nothing but bandits and mountebanks, you know? Huh. There's a lady running toward the road. The heck is she doing?
Madre de Dios!
I'd better see what's going on. What is it? Bandits? Highwaymen?
Worse. Performers.
Good day to you, travelers.
What's so good about it then? And what are you thinking, running out in front of the wagon like that?
I apologize for the theatrics. I fear it's in my nature.
And just who are you, anyway?
Who am I? Honestly, I suppose I'm, well, desperate.
That much is clear. You running away or something?
Heavens no, I could never do that. I'm the impresario of this theater troupe. Name's Kate Hatomi. Our show opens next week, and I'd be fibbing if I said it was going well.
Sounds to me like you are trying to run away.
I am doing nothing of the sort. All I ask is an hour of your time. We've been rehearsing this play for so long. We're all too close to the material. We need fresh eyes and unbiased opinions. If you could but watch our rehearsal and share your honest, unvarnished impressions, you would be doing us a good turn. The performance will be gratis, of course.
Lucky for you, we've got Gentleman Jake on board. He's an expert showman.
The Gentleman Jake? Why, it would be an honor to play for him.
What do you think, Miss Johnson?
I think it sounds like an excellent chance to get a few winks. I'll park just over there. Y'all have fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself and all the Queen's Mid-Atlantic players, welcome! This is a peek behind the curtain, if you will, at a work in progress. I thank you most humbly for your indulgence and warmly invite you to share your impressions following the rehearsal. And now, please enjoy the show. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a beautiful and charming princess.
Oh, I love my land. The people are kind, the water fresh, and the days are sunny and bright.
The princess was loved and admired by everyone in the land, except one. An evil wizard coveted the kingdom and kidnapped the princess, intending to marry her and gain the throne. To ensure she could not escape, he summoned a terrifying dragon to guard her. However, all was not lost. For a young hero rose to the challenge.
I shall battle the dragon and save the princess. That is, if my dear mother lets me. I said, if my mother lets me, of course.
Faye, that's your cue. Faye? Where the hell is Faye?
I don't know. Last I saw her, she was in her tent.
Oh, for crying out loud! I'm sorry, folks. I don't know what I was thinking. It's clear we won't be getting anywhere with this rehearsal. You can change out of your costume now, Dwayne. We're done here. Martina? Quentin? Same goes for you.
But I spent hours on my makeup.
And I spent months on this show! Look where that's gotten us! Everything I do to keep all this together, and you lot can't even turn up on stage now and then to hit a mark and say a few lines! Off with you, I need to think. I really must apologize for wasting your time. I knew the show needed some work. I didn't realize it wasn't fit to perform.
What are you going to do about it?
I don't know. There are so many problems to fix and so little time.
We'd be glad to help you make some improvements.
Are you sure? Much as it pains me, I can't honestly say we aren't in need of help.
Certainly.
Well, I'm curious to hear your suggestions. But right now, we need to find out what's wrong with Faye. Your doctor friend went to examine her, but I think she's just having one of her tantrums. You know how actors can be. Or perhaps you don't. In which case, consider yourself lucky. I'm going back to the stage. Come see me if you have any ideas.
Volunteering us to help, are you?
We showmen have a code. Never leave a fellow performer in a tight spot. It'd weigh heavy on my conscience if we didn't extend a helping hand.
So, any ideas?
Perhaps. Excuse me. I'm going to have another look at the stage.
Danny and I are gonna go talk to the two fellers playing the wizard and hero. I think you should help Miss Redbird see to that Faye woman. Anyhow, we'll see if we can't get this show in halfway decent shape. Come on, Danny boy.
Hello, Miss Martina, was it?
Yeah, Martina Holder. I am sorry we could not finish the show for you.
No worries. My companions and I are trying to...
Ah, good. We do need the help.
When did you join this troupe?
Oh, about 4 years ago. Then my English was not so good, so I did not get many parts with words, but I am getting more and more lines in the new shows.
What were you doing before joining this troupe?
I was living in Bright Bay, working as an art model. One evening, the artist I modeled for took me to the theater to one of Miss Hatomi's shows. Afterward, he told me he was leaving to go to work for a new patron in Italy. He could no longer keep me.
So he took you out to lessen the blow?
Not exactly. It turned out he knew Miss Hatomi. He had painted some backdrops for her. He took me backstage after the show and asked her to let me audition. I was shaking. I cannot even remember what I said. I had never acted before, you see. But fortunately for me, Miss Hatomi decided to take me on. Otherwise, I would have been out on the street.
I'd like to know about your castmates.
They are fine people, and I am lucky to know them. Mr. Ellis always has stories and jokes to make me laugh. He reminds me of a big bear. He's also a very fine actor, and he has performed on stages in great cities all over Europe. Dwayne is very nice, but he's also very shy. He does not speak much with me or any of the others. I have always thought it is funny that an actor is so shy, but when he is on stage, one would never know. And Mrs. Davies is like a mother to me. She cares for us very much and wants to make sure everyone is healthy and happy. Although she does nag a lot. My real mother did not nag so.
Goodbye, Miss Holder.
Lovely to be speaking with you.
Someone kept a copy of a local newspaper. What a mess. Most of these seem to be show notes. Here's a list of names. Othello, Carondelet, Dissembling, Delphi. Wonder what that means. It's a poster for a musical show called Carondelet. It opened on June 2nd. Must be one of Miss Hitomi's previous shows. A poster for The Mystery at Delphi. Opened on November 6th. All sorts of costumes, fake beards, and other theatrical accessories. These might be useful. All sorts of costumes, fake beards, and other theatrical accessories. A brass button. A brass...
Oh, another visitor. Who are you?
Harley Legere. And you are?
Faye Davies. I don't expect it's a name you've heard. And as I was explaining to your friend here, not a name I expect you'll hear very much in the future.
Mrs. Davies, I would advise moderation in regards to that brandy.
Dear girl, I understand you like to dabble in medical matters. Let me assure you that this is the only medicine that works for me.
Let's see. There are a few wax cylinders here. A poster for some show I've never heard of called The Dissembling Mechanism. Apparently it opened on New Year's Day. Mrs. Davies?
What is it?
Why weren't you on stage today? Is something wrong?
Something wrong. Something wrong. Exactly what aspect of my current condition would suggest to you that anything is right?
What's got you so upset?
I'm about to lose my place here, that's what. Turned out on the dusty road to fend for myself. I'm simply overcome with the sheer injustice of it all.
You think you're being dismissed? Why's that?
Oh, it's a long, long story, but what it comes down to is finances, or lack thereof. Kate has been tightening the belt lately. She says our performances haven't been attracting the crowds they once did. But even so, we aren't doing that badly. All of us have taken quite deep cuts to our usual allowance. It still doesn't seem to be enough. Naturally, I, being the most recent addition to the troupe, am the first up to the chopping block. If you ask me, something doesn't add up. I know for a fact that our run in Bois de Quivo is quite respectable, and yet apparently our financial future is dangling over the precipice by a fraying thread. It's all more than a tad suspicious.
So you suspect Miss Hitomi is taking more than her share?
We've all suspected it for some time, but I'm the only one who's willing to speak up about it. Everyone else knows I'll be the first to go, so they keep their heads down and wait to reap my share.
You've accused Miss Hitomi?
Of course not. I haven't got any proof, but you can bet I would if I did.
If you were let go, what would you do?
Oh, God, please don't ask me such things. I can't bear to think about it.
It's a serious question. Everyone needs a backup plan.
I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, what will I do? Kate couldn't be so heartless. Will they really just let me go? Will no one speak up for me? God, help me!
There now. I'm sure there's a solution. How long have you been a member of this troupe?
Oh, not long at all. Less than a year. I was the last one to join.
What did you do before you were a Queen's Mid-Atlantic player?
I was with another outfit based up in Fawcett, the Davies Traveling Spectacular. 15 years we were together. Anton, my husband, was our director, and I was the star. When I got too old to play the princesses and heroines, Anton would cast me as the ravishing queen. He always made sure I had a spot on center stage. 16 months ago, he passed away in a stagecoach accident. An enormous tragedy.
I'm terribly sorry.
So were we all. Anton was the fiercely beating heart of that troupe. Absolutely irreplaceable. The others couldn't imagine going on without him. So everyone just went their separate ways. Just like that, everything was gone. My heart's love, my director, my troupe, my livelihood. I'm sorry.
So, how did you come to join Miss Hitomi's troupe?
Oh, the traveling theater world is quite small, you know. We all know one another and meet on the road from time to time. Kate heard what happened and wrote me a letter of condolence. We corresponded for a while. Eventually, she said she was passing by Fawcett and offered to take me in. Quite simply, she took pity on me.
What drew you to the stage?
I've known I wanted to act since I was a girl. I would put on shows for my parents and the village children. I traveled to Fawcett to audition for Anton Davies' Traveling Spectacular. He had just formed the troupe then. First, I became his star actress, and soon enough, his wife.
What can you tell me about the other players?
Oh, such sweethearts. They've taken me in like a second family. Martine, especially. She's the daughter I never had. Dwayne is a good boy, but he keeps to himself. And dear Quentin. He and I have something of a friendly rivalry. Although he can get quite competitive at times, the old ham.
I'll just leave you to it. That sword seems to be giving you some trouble.
Yeah, I'm having a tough time getting the hang of it. The balance on this thing is terrible, and I'm always afraid of breaking it. I never liked working with prop weapons. But as long as we're doing medieval romances, I guess I'm stuck with this sword.
How do you feel about boxing?
I'd be happier doing any kind of unarmed fighting style, really. But how am I supposed to box a dragon?
With style and panache, that's how. It's all about confidence. And I have a feeling you'd look much more confident without that sword.
You don't think the audience would be confused?
It's your job to make them believe it. They just want a good show.
I don't know. We've never done a boxing scene. I don't really know a lot about the form.
I used to do some boxing back in the day. Could show you some moves if you like.
Heck, sure, why not? This whole sword thing clearly isn't working for me. But I'd rather not do it bare knuckle. Not really into the whole suffering for my art thing.
Right. I'll see what I can come up with. How did you end up on board with this crew?
Oh, I met Miss Hitomi and Mr. Ellis back east when they passed through my town in Appalachia. Snuck out of the house to see the show. I went backstage after to ask if I could audition to join. Miss Hitomi said no. So, after they packed up for the night, I stowed away in the wagon. Rode halfway to La Roche before they found me. That was when my real audition happened. Mr. Ellis spoke up for me. He said, "Now, Katie, my dear, you would be a bloody fool to leave the lad behind after a performance like that."
What were you doing before joining this troupe?
Working on my parents' farm. It was a rough life. It wasn't much to my liking. No glamour, no surprise, no fun, no opportunity to meet anyone interesting. And my father was very strict. All he wanted was for me to marry our neighbor's daughter so I would inherit his land and grow our family's holdings. Eventually, I realized I would die if I stayed any longer. My soul would die anyway, so I left.
How did you know you wanted to act?
I always liked listening to other people, hearing how they talked. Used to practice in front of a mirror and try to imitate them. Sometimes I'd dress up to get the look just right. Ma didn't like that much.
What do you think of your fellow troupe members?
Some days I hate them. Most days I love them. And any day I would die for them. We're a strange little family, you know. Mr. Ellis and Miss Hitomi are a squabbling ma and pa. Dear boy, you must make more time for yourself. There are too few hours in the day as it is. Oh, leave the boy alone, Quentin. He can decide how to spend his time. And Miss Davies is our busybody aunt. Are you comfortable? Have you got everything you need? Is that costume too itchy?
So that would make Martina like your sister?
No, not quite.
Are you sweet on Martina?
With all due respect, that's none of your concern, ma'am.
Say, you're good at imitating other people.
Oh, thanks. It's always been kind of a specialty of mine. Used to get me in a lot of trouble back home, so I only do it for laughs nowadays.
I've heard a rumor that Miss Hitomi might be keeping some extra funds. Know anything about that?
Oh, sure, I've heard that rumor too, but I don't much believe it. Miss Hitomi takes good care of us. She'd never cheat us out of our earnings.
Thanks. You can get back to your training.
Thanks, ma'am.
one of your companions has decided to join us.
This is Harley Legere. She used to be a performer of sorts herself, you know.
You don't say. What sort?
I was a fighter. Not sure that really counts.
My dear, if an audience paid money to come see you, that counts as performing in my book. I'm Quentin Ellis, by the by. Delighted to make your acquaintance.
Likewise. Mr. Ellis seems rather versatile. Quentin Ellis is Othello, premiering October 7th. Could I have a moment, Mr. Ellis?
Of course, my dear.
Just how long have you been a part of this troupe?
Why, since before its inception. That is to say, Kate and I have known each other since well before this incarnation of the troupe was formed. We met in Paris, you see, back in 27.
What did you do before joining the troupe?
I was classically trained at the York Theatrical Academy. I performed all over England before decamping for the continent. When I met Katie, I was touring Europe playing before the crowned heads. Why, my performance as Othello received a standing ovation from Archduke Hubert of Austria.
What drew you to the stage?
Ah, the eternal question. What drew you to the ring?
Money. Found out my tolerance for pain was higher than my tolerance for hunger.
I see. An empty belly is a demanding muse indeed. For me, it was love of the art. I was born with it.
Paris, you say? What was that like?
Ah, those were the days, wild and carefree. We found welcome from a public receptive to our more experimental forays. Nothing like the audiences you find here, mind. Dusty farmers and unlettered cowpokes, the lot of them.
I'd like to know about the others in your troupe.
Fishing for nasty gossip, are we? Unless you have a couple of glasses and a bottle or two of very good liquor stashed somewhere about your person, you won't be getting any of that from me. Truly, they are good people, and I cherish every one of them. We rely on one another. Granted, we have our occasional quarrels, but what family doesn't? It's true that none of them have my training and decades of stage experience, so naturally they look to me.
Miss Hitomi said something about you being unhappy with your character?
Oh, don't get me started. The evil wizard is a stock villain, paper-thin, a cipher. All I do is tromp on stage and glower at the audience. He wants to rule the kingdom and kidnaps the princess, all right, but why? What motivates him to do it? Drama comes from a rich depth of character, complexity, not caricature. I need something I can work with, something to sink my teeth into.
What if Jake and I came up with a better history for your character?
Do you think you could?
Sure. Harley's got the gift of writing, and I've been known to spin a yarn or two.
Very well. I must admit I'm curious to see what you come up with. Why does the wizard want to rule the kingdom?
Maybe the king once made him look like a fool.
Sure, and he's held a grudge this whole time.
I suppose it must have been quite a humiliation. So it's a revenge story then. All right, but why does he kidnap the princess?
He's smitten with her and wants to make her his bride.
Yes, that's usually the case, isn't it? And how does the dragon fit into all this?
Dragon is the wizard's mother, transformed by a spell he can't break.
Unless he feeds the princess to her.
Oh my, this certainly took a turn. You have some unusual ideas, but I'm not sure they all quite fit together. Perhaps you should give it a bit more thought.
I heard a rumor that Miss Hitomi might be misappropriating the troops' funds.
Poppycock, pure hearsay. I'll bet Faye put that poison in your mind. I have known Katie longer than anyone. She is many things, but never a thief.
Is it true you used to have a magic act?
Why, yes, it is. Funny, I'd almost forgotten. Katie and I briefly tried our hand at stage magic. She was quite adept at sleight of hand, but in the end it wasn't our true métier. Too much meticulous planning and bulky, specialized equipment. No room for spontaneity and delight. No emotional connection. No, it wasn't for us. Now Katie uses the old magic trunk to store costumes.
Appreciate the chat.
The pleasure was...
Hey, Jake?
Yeah, Harley?
How did you find the show?
Well, there's definitely room for improvement.
I'll just be on my way. Quentin Ellis is Othello, premiering October 7th. Mr. Ellis seems rather versatile. Suppose being an actor requires a certain attention to one's physique. found some boxing gloves in Miss Hitomi's trunk, if you want to practice sparring.
Oh, sure. That'd be great.
Danny, how'd you like to help out?
Sure.
First, your stance is all wrong. Stagger your feet, 1 foot in front, weight evenly balanced, knees slightly bent. Good. Now, show me what you can do. Not bad. Not bad. Try not to let your elbow flare out, Dwayne. Protect the ribs. I think you boys are getting the hang of it. That thing's been through the ringer a few times. Miss Holder?
Yeah?
Do you suspect that Miss Hitomi might be keeping money from you and your castmates?
What? No, never. Mr. Tommy would not do such a thing. Who has told you this? Was it Mrs. Davies?
Well, yes.
I am not surprised. I think that of all of us, she is easily the most dramatic.
Goodbye, Miss Holder.
Lovely to be speaking with you. All of the little maidens go strolling along. All of the little boys come to sing them a song. All of the little children start dancing in line. And all of them have such a wonderful time. All have a wonderful time.
Interesting. Her accent all but disappears when she sings. Miss Holder?
Yeah?
I must say, you've got a beautiful singing voice.
Oh, why thank you.
I couldn't help but notice how clearly your words come out in song.
Yeah, you are not the first to say this to me. I cannot explain it. It is just something which happens.
Say, I've just had a crazy idea. Rather than speaking your lines, why not sing them?
Sing them? That is an interesting thought, but would it not be strange?
Strange? Haven't you ever heard of opera?
But if only I am singing and no one else?
It's a little unorthodox, sure, but isn't that what art is all about? Being expressive, doing the unexpected. I think it will really bring some emotion to the role. It'll be like your character is too pure to just say words. The feeling is so strong she has to sing them.
Yeah, I think I see what you are saying. Very well. I will try this next time.
Goodbye, Miss Holder.
Lovely to be speaking with you.
Could I have a moment?
Of
Appreciate
the pleasure.
He's been. I'll leave. I'd best leave. Nothing to. A post. Apparently, it. Phil?
Harley?
Remind me.
Some fuel. High-proof.
Miss Hitomi?
Yes?
What's wrong with Quentin's character?
Not a thing! Everyone loves to hate the evil wizard. He's a guaranteed crowd pleaser. But Quentin thinks the role lacks depth. That his talents as an actor, and they are considerable, are going to waste. And yes, perhaps he has a point, but for God's sake, this is not the Royal Arcadium! We performers have a saying. There are no small roles, only small-minded, puffed-up thespians who suppose that entertaining the common man is somehow beneath them. I love Quentin, really I do, but I've had it up to here with his carping and grousing. He doesn't listen to me, but you're welcome to try bringing him down to earth if you'd like.
So long.
Take care.
Nah. Could I have a
Of
Let's.
all right. Why does the wizard want to rule the kingdom?
Sure.
All right.
He's at.
And how does...
It's.
You have perhaps...
Let
Or why?
me.
Sure.
All right.
He's actually keeping her safe from the dragon.
Unexpected. I like it. And how does the dragon fit into all this?
The wizard wants to tame the dragon and harness its power to serve the kingdom.
Ah, I see. So truly he's just misunderstood. You have some unusual ideas, but I'm not sure they all... Perhaps you...
Let
Or why?
he does.
Yeah.
All right.
He's
And how...
the
Ah! Yes, yes. Oh, this is a much more interesting and complex figure. The wizard is human, like any of us. He has his own needs and desires. He is conflicted. He strives to do the right thing, however that appears to him. He is the protagonist of his own story. This I can work with. Thank you.
Think nothing of it. Appreciate the chat.
The pleasure was all mine, dear.
He's busy. Hey,
Yeah.
You seem quite at home among these performers.
Sure. These are my kind of people. Old Quentin and I have been trading tales about life and showbiz. You ought to stick around and have a listen. You might learn something.
I'll just be on my way. Tommy,
Yes?
I think you can try a second rehearsal now.
Really? You sure?
Positive. Let's get this show going.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a beautiful and charming princess.
How I love my land. The people are kind, the water fresh, and the day sunny and bright.
The princess was loved and admired by everyone in the land, except one. An evil wizard coveted the kingdom and kidnapped the princess, intending to marry her and gain the throne.
Hark! You may think me evil, but wait until you discover my true intentions.
To ensure she could not escape, he summoned a terrifying dragon to guard her. However, all was not lost. For a young hero rose to the challenge.
I shall battle the dragon and save the princess. That is, if my dear mother lets me.
My dearest boy, proud as I am of your bravery, I worry so for your safety.
Fear not, mother, for I shall return victorious from battle.
And so the brave lad rode to the castle and confronted the mighty dragon.
Foul beast! Your end is nigh!
With the dragon defeated, our brave hero rescued the princess and vanquished the wizard.
Curses! My plans have been foiled.
Oh, my brave son has returned.
Ah, your highness, I am smitten by your beauty. Will you marry me?
Yes, yes, gladly will I marry you.
And they lived happily ever after. Well, at least we made it through to the end that time. Your fix has made a big difference. It's given me a lot to consider. Quentin has offered to do some rewrites. I'm sure he'll get us in good shape by next week.
Glad to be of service.
I'm curious to know how it all turns out. Send me a note at the Rosewater Post after you premiere.
Gladly. We should be on our way. Miss Johnson has surely awoken from her nap by now.
True enough. Break a leg next week, Miss Hitomi.
Thank you. Safe travels.
We did what we could for Miss Hitomi and her folk. In the end, they formed a strange kind of family, and they seemed determined to keep on going. We've kept on going too. The oppressive, arid heat is beginning to give way to fresh breezes and forested slopes as we leave the desert scrub behind and cross into the mountains. Onward and upward. Phil?
Harley?
How do you think Miss Hitomi's show will do?
I believe it has a chance to succeed. If nothing else, the new pyrotechnics for the dragon will distract the audience from the acting.
We'll talk more later.
I look forward to it.
Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
Think Miss Hitomi's show will be a success?
I'd like to think so. We certainly left it better than when we found it.
We're slowing down again.
Do my eyes deceive me?
What is it?
That establishment by the roadside. It is flying the flag of New Spain. Come, Harley. Let us have a look inside. Ándale! Now we are talking! Come, let us have a drink, Harley.
Sure, be right there. Not a bad-looking fellow. No point. He's fast asleep. Not a bad... Gives the patrons something to look at, besides each other's ugly mugs.
Tell me, Harley, have you ever had real tequila?
I don't believe I have.
Ah, then you are in for a treat. Bartender, 2 shots of your finest tequila, if you please. To what shall we toast?
Let's raise a glass to our newfound friendship.
Now you're talking. Salud! What do you think?
I thought tequila was supposed to burn like hell.
Only the inferior kind. Good tequila is smooth as water. I like this place. Reminds me of home.
You must really miss it, huh?
It is a wound in my heart. But I cannot go home until I know I am not leading my men into a massacre at the border. Until I have more recruits and sufficient supplies and equipment, my only option is to stay here and plan. Yet, every moment I remain in exile, the corpse of the revolution rots.
How will you know when you've recruited and armed enough soldiers?
To tell the truth, I am not sure. We shall never have the numbers of the Spanish army, but that does not mean our struggle is futile. At least, that is what I choose to believe. Shall we have another?
I'll gladly raise another glass with you as long as mine's water.
It is bad luck to toast with water.
I've found it's worse luck to ignore your limits. Anyway, it's not about what's in the glass. It's what's in your heart.
Well said. Bartender, another one for me and water for my friend.
the man. At least tell me what happened.
Fine. Hernandez was one of the revolution's best defenders. I thought he was loyal.
I was. I am.
But he was among the first to flee when the Spanish army came to Jicotea.
No, I can explain.
So can I. You chose to run like a coward instead of staying and fighting like a man. It takes a low sword to abandon someone who is counting on you. You said so yourself, Harley.
That's true, but everyone deserves a chance to tell their side of the story.
I do not understand. When Stokes left us to the Otham, you weren't interested in hearing his explanation. Yet now, you're willing to listen to this traitor?
You can damn well bet I'd demand an explanation from Stokes if I ever saw him again, but I'm pretty sure I'll never get that chance. You've got it now. Don't squander it.
There is some truth to what you say. Rare is the opportunity to confront those who have wronged us, but I don't care to listen to his excuses. His actions told me enough.
So you're just going to kill him?
No, I am not just going to kill him. I am bringing a traitor to justice.
General, please. We were outnumbered 10 to 1. It was hopeless. I have a family who needs me. What was I meant to do?
You were meant to fight for your freedom. For your family's freedom. To die for it if necessary. Do you know how many of your brothers gave their lives so you could run off and make merry in some alpine cantina?
As many as gave their lives so you could do the same.
What? How dare you?
I heard about the massacre at Jicotea. And yet I see you standing here before me. Did you stand and fight? Did you die gloriously for freedom? No, you ran, just as I did. Because there was no victory possible. The only difference is that you justified your cowardice by calling it a retreat.
Don't pay attention to him, Phil. He's just stalling. I don't think you're a coward.
I am not so sure anymore. I assessed the situation and made strategic decisions. That is what a general does. If our front line had not broken and scattered before the enemy, more lives might have been saved in an orderly retreat. But I preserved what forces I could to fight another day. I wept for every man, woman, and child who died at Jicotea. I should have died alongside them, but I didn't. Yes, I survived, damn you. I kept the revolution alive.
And so did I. I ran to Vespuccia, just like you. Because New Spain is no place now for revolutionaries. Was I a coward? Yes. And I cannot escape that shame. If you feel you must execute me for that, then so be it. But a traitor? Never. I love my country, and my heart still beats for her freedom. I will gladly return to fight for it, if you will have me back.
Ay, Hernandez. Why do you do this to me? I never doubted your loyalty until you broke. But now, what would you do if you were in my position, Harley?
One moment of weakness shouldn't define your whole life. We're all better than who we are on our worst day. Seems to me your government would like nothing better than to have one less rebel in the world. Why give them the satisfaction? Give him a chance to redeem himself. Let him rejoin the fight.
Very well. I am rebuilding my army and preparing to return home to liberate New Spain. The revolution is not dead, but she needs soldiers to defend her. I will send word to you here, at this saloon, when it is time to report for duty. Until then, go back to your family.
Gracias, General. Gracias.
You should not just be thanking me, eh? You owe your life to my wise friend here.
Thank you, señorita.
Don't mention it. Now, can we put this all behind us and get back to the bar? I'm mighty thirsty all of a sudden.
Indeed. Our friend can treat your wound, Hernandez. Perhaps afterwards you will join us for a drink, in honor of the martyred dead of Jicotea.
Why don't you go on ahead? I'd like a minute to collect my thoughts.
Very well.
Oh, good, you're back. We're low on food. If we want to eat tonight, we'll need to hunt for more. I'll let y'all decide what we're after. Round here, the fishing's pretty good, and there's plenty of rabbits and pheasants. Personally, I'd suggest rabbits. Easiest to catch and prepare.
I wouldn't be opposed to some pheasant. Danny makes a mean stew.
Yeah, that sounds good.
What kind of fish are common around here?
Mostly salmon.
Ah, then fishing gets my vote.
Yes, I vote fishing as well.
And you, Legere?
Salmon gets my vote too.
Then it's decided. The three of you who wanted salmon, take the poles in the wagon and get fishing. Rest of us will start making camp.
I have a good feeling about this place. Let us cast our lines here.
Here? All right, then.
Have you ever fished before, Harley?
Would you believe this is my first time?
Do not worry. It is not difficult to pick up. Just cast your line and wait for a tug. When you feel the bite, secure the line.
You want to reel a fish in as quickly as possible. If it puts up a fight, pull your rod in the opposite direction to where the fish is going. Once you've got it back in the center, you can start reeling it in again.
All right, here goes nothing. I got something. Got it. Now to reel it in. Got you. I got something. Got it. Now to reel it in. You're not getting off the hook that easy. Putting up a fight, are we? Fantastic. I think I got a bite. Got it. Now to reel it in. Putting up a fight, are we? Hey, where do you think you're going? Fantastic. So how did you two fare?
I caught 2 fish.
I only one.
I caught 3.
Wonderful. We'll have plenty to eat tonight.
What was that?
Oh no.
Carajo!
Shh, don't shout. Bears don't like loud noises.
Well, I do not like bears.
What are we supposed to do?
Stay quiet. Move away very slowly.
I think we should run while we still can.
I'm backing away some more.
Good idea.
Bears like fish, right? Maybe if we give it some, it won't come after us.
Not a bad idea. It seems to be working. Come, keep moving away.
That was close.
Much closer than I would have liked.
At least we got away with our lives, and some of our food.
I think that after that ordeal, this fish will be the best tasting meal we have ever had.
Let's go back to camp.
Now that was some good eating. So, I've been meaning to ask, what's everybody planning on doing with their share of Clark's stash?
Jake, is that something we should really be talking about?
Look, I ain't deaf. I've known about your little treasure hunt for a while. Far as I'm concerned, that's your business, and I want no part of it. You paid me to get you to El Presidio, and that's what I'm doing.
Does that mean you're not planning to stay with us once we arrive in El Presidio?
That depends on whether you want to keep paying me to ferry you around.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Anyhow, the question stands.
I think I'd like to buy a new pair of six-shooters. Maybe a horse. It'd be nice to travel the countryside, too.
Have we not been doing that?
Well, sure, but I meant for pleasure. What about you, Phil?
My share will go to the revolution, of course. With full coffers, we will more readily find willing allies.
That's good of you, Phil. I think I'd like to open my own clinic.
Dr. Redbird, eh?
Well, no, I can't practice as a doctor without a medical license. But I could continue as an herbalist, or maybe a midwife.
So get your medical license. You're already worth 10 of those frontier quacks out there. They're all practicing with some scrap of parchment they paid some fancy school for. You could just write in for one. You'd never have to attend a class or show your face.
Perhaps that's something to consider. You sure you aren't interested in joining us, Miss Johnson? The extra money could let you stay in one place for a while.
An interesting thought. But I don't mind moving around, at least until I find something worth staying put for.
What about you, Harley?
I see no reason to quit what I've started doing. I'll rent a room someplace and keep writing.
Back in Rosewater?
Maybe. Maybe someplace else. We'll have to see what El Presidio's like. And you, Jake?
Oh, I haven't really thought about it.
But you asked the question.
Sure, but because I was curious about you folks. Truth be told, I ain't in much of a hurry for this trip to end.
Well, that's awful sweet.
I'll lay off, will you? All right, folks, I'm turning in. See y'all in the morning.
You okay, Nadine? You seem lost in thought.
Oh, I was just contemplating what Miss Johnson said about me getting a license. I never really thought about it before. On one hand, it's exciting to think about all the possibilities, but it's also just as terrifying to consider the unknown.
It's not an easy decision, but it's one you need to make for yourself.
I'll give it some more thought. It seems I'm sleepier than I thought. I should get to bed.
Fair enough. Get some rest.
Good night, Harley. Please excuse me. I'll see you all in the morning.
Atta girl. Glad to see you and Lisa Lou getting along so well.
She's a great pup. Suddenly the road feels a little less lonely. Ain't that right, girl?
Doing all right, Danny?
I think so, yeah. I'm feeling pretty tired. Think I'll hit the hay.
How are you feeling, Phil?
Oh, well, I have had much to think about of late. The incident with Hernandez has left me uneasy. Perhaps I was too rash in dealing with him. At that moment, I felt sparing him was the right thing to do, but was it? And what of the revolution? Or the mystery of the fort's Aurum shipments? I have yet to hear from Lieutenant General de la Vega regarding either. So many questions and so few answers.
Sounds like you really do have a lot on your mind.
Indeed. Would you like to join me in a toast to the fallen?
I'll pass on the drink, but I'll join you in saluting their memory.
A curious custom you follow. But, all right. A los caídos. Salud! I have been meaning to ask. More than once now, you have refused to imbibe during a toast. Now, where I am from, this could be considered anything from a social misstep to a downright insult. Why do you do this, Is this a common thing among Vespuccians?
Not so common, no. I just don't drink much. Never really saw the benefit, and I've seen plenty of harm. Doesn't mean I don't want to spend time together or honor what's important.
Fascinating. What a refreshing and unusual perspective. It is always a pleasure to raise a glass with you, my friend, whether there is anything in it or not. I believe I will retire for the evening. Buenas noches.
Looks like you and I are the last ones standing for a change.
Imagine that. You going to bed?
Guess so. You?
Not just yet. Time to get in my nightly walk.
All right. Enjoy yourself. See you in the morning.
Good night, Legere. Come on, girl.
Morning. We ready to head out?
We should be once Lola returns. She said she was going to go scout down the road a ways.
That was a while ago. Maybe we should go check on her.
I'll go look for her.
You sure?
Yeah. Be back in no time. The breakfast fire's still going. Everything all right?
Oh, yeah. Just some damn vandals making trouble.
Vandals? I don't follow.
Just have a look. Somebody's desecrated this traveler's shrine.
What's a traveler's shrine?
A custom of the road. Folks set 'em up for lots of reasons. Some think they bring luck. Others use them to pray to St. Christopher. Sometimes they have gifts or supplies you can use, provided you leave something for the next traveler.
What kind of person would mess with something meant to help people?
Plenty of folk in my experience. Sorry way of the world. We gotta fix this. Whoever did this probably just scattered everything around. We can search the area for what's missing.
What exactly are we looking for?
Well, the icon of St. Christopher for one. See all that writing on the boulder next to the shrine? There was probably something people used to make those marks, but that's also gone. And the offering box is empty, so we should put something in before we go.
All right, let's get to work. Someone left some oranges, but they've gone moldy. Looks like this is where the writing tool is supposed to go. That must be where... Nice little pond. Nice little... Watch out for the broken glass there.
People have no regard.
What's this? Looks like I found St. Christopher.
Good.
This bottle's still intact. Hey, a piece of chalk. Nothing inside but dead leaves and insects.
Hope you ain't thinking of drinking that.
Something wrong?
That water's stagnant. Unless you want to be running out both ends, you better boil it first.
I'm heading back to camp for a spill.
All right.
This shouldn't take long. There, nice and clean. Nope. Nope. There you are, St. Christopher. Back where you belong. Someone left some more. There. Now the next thirsty traveler can have some clean drinking water. Right? I think that's everything.
Not quite.
You're going to write something?
Yep.
What do you mean by wherever?
Simple. I'm asking for safe passage to wherever I end up.
And where's that?
Damned if I know. Right now, the only way I'm going is forward. We all got our paths in this life. I'm just trying to forge mine.
I know what you mean. I've never stayed in one place too long either.
That's so?
I'd only been in Rosewater a day before we started this trip. Before that, I lived in Pierre a few years after moving from Rampton. But I grew up in New Britannia.
Lamplight City? So you're one of them tough gals, huh?
Maybe once, but I'm trying to find out if there are other ways to be.
I can respect that. We should head back to camp and get a move on. Sun's already higher than I'd like.
After you, Miss Johnson. Phil?
Harley?
What were the odds we'd run into one of your former soldiers?
It was quite a coincidence. I hope Hernandez does not squander the second chance he has been given.
We'll talk more later.
I look forward to it.
Hey, Jake?
Yeah, Harley?
In your professional opinion, do you think Miss Hitomi's show has what it takes to succeed?
Oh, sure. We really dazzled it up for him. If it ain't a hit, I'll eat my hat.
Looks like we have some time on our hands. How about a story?
Sure, why not? It was 1842, and I'd been hired by the sheriff of Bleachbone Gulch to track down some cattle rustlers. It was a long and winding trail, but by following the signs, I finally tracked down the stolen herd and the rustlers' camp. So I went back to town and gathered up a posse. 4 able-bodied men, plus myself. That night, we went back under the cover of darkness. We had the elements of surprise, but we were outnumbered 3-1. Before I knew it, the shooting had started. It was a long and bloody gunfight. In the end, yours truly was the last man left standing. I drove that whole herd on by my lonesome. They were all back home by dawn, with not a head missing. Lost some good fellers that night. But that was the end of cattle rustling in Bleachbone Gulch.
Hell of a story.
Now there's plenty more where that came from.
I appreciate the chat.
Anytime, Harley.
We're slowing down.
Oh, good. I was thinking we were about due for a stop.
I could use a walk.
There's a man standing by the side of the road. Maybe we should see if he's all right.
Oh, thank God you're here. I was starting to think no one would ever turn up.
What's the matter?
The post office has been overrun.
Let me guess. Rats?
Rats. Rats would be welcome friends compared to the evil in there.
Evil? What evil?
The deceiver. The father of lies.
You're saying the devil is in your post office?
Yes, just like in that story. He lives in there.
Wonderful. Another maniac. Frontier's lousy with them.
Then again, maybe not. Mr. Postman?
Yes? What is it?
I'd like you to tell me exactly what led up to your current predicament, and give me every detail.
Very well. I arrived last night with a load of mail from Bly, up north. Passed the night here and spent the morning sorting and tidying, getting ready to continue on to the next station in Wolf Spring. About midday, I stepped outside to ready my horse. Then I heard the most awful noises coming from inside. Sheila heard them too, and bolted off like a shot. Saving her own skin, I can hardly blame her. When I looked in, I beheld a most dreadful scene. Blood everywhere. Sounds of snarling and crunching bones, and his horrid shadow on the wall. Huge and horned. I ran out here to pray for help, and ain't moved since.
What makes you think it's the devil and not something else?
What else could it possibly be?
I can think of a few possibilities.
Go and have a look for yourself, then. You'll not doubt once you see it with your own eyes.
What was that you said before about a story? That this was just like in some story?
Of course. You must know the famous short story by H.W. Montesquieu. The Devil Lives in the Post Office. A most chilling tale. Of course, I used to think it was just one of Mr. Montesquieu's celebrated flights of imagination. But now, I suspect he must have known something the rest of us didn't.
Big fan of horror fiction, are you?
Well, you know. No more than anyone else, I suppose. Just something to while away the long hours on the road.
Isn't life horrific enough all on its own without thinking up new, imaginary ways for things to be awful?
Ah, but the devil is very real, miss. He'd only like you to think otherwise.
Aren't we pretty far from civilization? Why have a post office here?
Oh, not at all. We're just outside the delivery area for Shivering Pines. 10 homesteads within a 2-mile radius. Anyhow, it mostly serves as a transfer and rest station for carriers like me. But next time they ask me to take this route, I'll tell them to go to hell. 'Cause that's where they sent me.
Keep calm. I'm going to try and take care of this.
God be with you.
Hey, Miss Johnson?
What do you need?
What do you think's in the office?
Not the devil, that's for sure.
Hey, Jake?
Yeah?
Do you believe this fellow? About it being the devil in there?
I don't doubt he believes it, but I also think the poor fella's got a wild imagination.
Nadine?
Yes?
What's your take on all this?
I'm not sure, really. Obviously, it's nothing supernatural. I believe the explanation will be far more mundane.
Hey, Danny?
Yes, Holly.
Any thoughts on what could be inside the post office?
Whatever it is, it sounds scary. I don't think it's the devil, though.
Phil?
Harley?
What do you think, Phil? Is that the devil in there?
If it is, I am not going to be the one to find out.
Gruesome. I hope that's not human blood. What in the ether? Hey, Jake?
Yeah?
Got anything on you that might help the situation?
Aside from my gun, you mean? Well, I got my pocket mirror, but I don't see how that can help.
I'll take that mirror for a spell if you don't mind.
Okay. Curious to see what you do with it.
How about that? Seems our devil is just a hungry wildcat. Got some good news for you.
Oh?
It's not the devil in there, it's a wildcat.
I knew it!
Jumped in through the window, looks like. Right now, he's having a fine time feasting on a fresh rabbit.
Oh. Are you certain? The devil takes many forms.
I'd stake my life on it.
So what do we do about it?
I'm open to suggestions.
Easiest thing to do would be to scare it off. I could fire a warning shot, that ought to spook it.
I'm not sure. It seems dangerous. I don't think I could lasso it safely.
I do have some firecrackers the trapper's son gave me. I could scare it off with those.
The poor creature's probably frightened to death.
It sure didn't seem that way.
Animals often act vicious to mask their fear.
Not that different to humans.
True enough.
Hey, Jake?
Yeah?
Hey.
What do you need?
Any tips for dealing with wildcats?
Yes. Stay away from them.
We can't just leave this one in there.
Why not? It'll wander off on its own eventually.
Come on, help me out, would you?
Like I said before, keep your distance. Avoid direct confrontation. Best bet is to scare it off.
Hey, Jake?
Yeah?
All right. I think you've got the right idea.
Right you are. It worked! Just saw the critter leap through the window.
What about that other noise? Damn it! The wildcat must have knocked over that oil lamp when it took off out of here.
Well, we'd better do something quick before this place goes up in flames.
What's this jug for?
It's my supply of drinking water.
Someone give me a hand with this? That was a close one.
You're telling me.
What? What happened?
The inside of the office got a little singed, but we managed to put out the fire.
Oh, thank the Lord.
Funny, didn't see him in there with the bucket. Guess we should head back.
God bless you, folks.
Hey, Jake?
Yeah, Harley?
Hell of a trip this has been so far, huh, Jake?
Sure has. Ought to give you plenty to write about, huh?
How about another story?
Sure. Here's one about the time I lassoed a rabid coyote. And that's how I ended up with this scar.
Leger, get up here, would you?
What's the matter?
Bridge is out. We'll need to take the detour north through the mountains. Hey, you there. What happened to the bridge?
Just fell down the other day, damnedest thing. Heard a big boom, and next thing I know, no bridge. You know, if I was you, I'd just turn right back around.
Oh, yeah? What's wrong with the detour?
That road's haunted or cursed or something. Nobody who goes that way ever comes back.
You can't be serious.
That's what the last person who came through here said. And wouldn't you know it, I ain't seen him since.
The bridge mysteriously collapses and you just happen to come along and warn people about a haunted road? Seems to me you know more than you're letting on.
Oh, I'm just trying to be helpful.
Look, if folks take that road and never come back, it means they made it where they were going. Now, if everyone who went that way did come back, then you'd know there was something wrong.
Huh, never thought of it that way.
If you'll excuse us, we've wasted enough time.
What was that all about?
The bridge over the canyons collapsed, so we're taking a detour through the mountains.
Who was the old guy?
Just some nut. Tried to convince us the road was cursed.
You really do meet all kinds out here, huh?
We seem to be blessed in that regard.
Santa Maria!
What the hell was that?
Are you okay, Harley?
Yeah, I'm fine. We'd better go see what happened.
How bad is it?
Bad. One of the front wheels caught a big hole in the road. Front axle's completely split. It's gonna take some time to fix. I suggest y'all find a good camping spot. We might be here a couple days.
Well, this is just fantastic.
A broken axle is fixable. We can deal with this.
Yes, and if we lose a day, we lose a day.
Hey, folks!
Hold it there. Who the hell are you?
Hey, easy now. I mean you no harm. My name is Jerome Hawkins. I come from the settlement just up the mountain. I saw your predicament. Came down to see if we could lend a hand.
A settlement? Up on that mountain?
Yes, sirree. We don't see new faces often, so everybody will be dying to meet you.
I can repair the axle. I just need time.
Oh, nonsense. We'll send somebody down to see to your wagon. In the meantime, I invite you to come up and be our guest for supper. We can offer you a safe and comfortable place to rest tonight.
Much appreciated, Mr. Hawkins.
Wonderful. Follow me, then.
Greetings, friends. I hope you're well.
I might shaken up, but tolerable well otherwise.
I can only imagine. Brother Jerome said it looked like your wagon was in bad shape.
Nothing that can't be fixed.
Of course. But in the meantime, I invite you to stay with us here in New Bethel. I'm Joanna Taggart. On behalf of the brothers and sisters of the Second Dawn, I bid you welcome.
Thank you, Mrs. Taggart.
Please, call me Sister Joanna.
Are you a religious sister then, Sister Joanna?
We are all brothers and sisters in God here, none placed above any other, although I do provide spiritual counsel to the community here. We can get further acquainted tonight. We're preparing a welcoming feast in your honor. You may wander freely as you please, but as this is a place of peace, we ask only that you relinquish any weapons you carry. Brother Jerome will store them safely for you. Sister Bridget, could you please show our guests around and get them settled?
Yes, Sister Joanna.
I look forward to seeing you all at the feast. Brothers and sisters of the Second Dawn, may I introduce our honored guests. At this table, we have Miss Harley Legere and Mr. Jake Ackerman. With the Rangers, Mr. Danny Lowe and Mr. Phil Marquez. And with Sister Bridget, Miss Lola Johnson and Miss Nadine Redbird. Please join me now in prayer. O Lord, we give thanks for sending these fine people here for safety in their time of need, and for this food prepared by loving hands. We give thanks to you for blessing New Bethel by raising it up on this mountain, above the troubles of the world below. For as we know from Psalms, the mountains will bring peace to the people, and the little hills by righteousness. As we partake of this food, we pray for health and strength to carry on and try to live as you would have us. This we ask in the name of God, our Heavenly Father. Amen.
Amen.
And now let us feast and celebrate the arrival of our new friends. What a feast we have had! What joyous celebration! Alas, the hour grows late. God bless you all. I shall see you all bright and early for our morning sermon.
Leger, you in there? Get out here, now.
What's going on?
We got a problem. I tried going down to see about fixing the wagon this morning, but the path's guarded.
Guarded? By who?
The boy, Patrick.
Damn. I had a feeling something wasn't right about this place.
Wish we'd come to our senses sooner. Feel foolish. We gotta get down there somehow.
You want me to take care of him or something?
No, I want you to come with me to the wagon. We need to get one of the others to cause a distraction.
Right. But who?
I'll leave that for you to decide. Let's get moving.
A kettle hanging over the communal fire. Good morning, Joanna.
Oh, good morning, Sister Harley. I hope you slept well.
Well enough. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions.
Of course. Tell me what's on your mind.
Not to be rude, but why are you calling me Sister Harley? I thought that was just something between members of your community.
While you're here, you are a member. We're all children of God, after all.
Just how long have you folks been living up here anyway?
This is our 12th year in New Bethel, but the brothers and sisters of the Second Dawn came together before that. I founded this community back in Bright Bay.
I'd like to know more about you.
Me? Well, I have been chosen to lead the community. It is a sacred responsibility. I see to it that every single person here is safe and well cared for.
Tell me about your husband.
I love him. What more is there to tell?
What can you tell me about Eliza?
My dear daughter, her life has not been easy. I can only hope that New Bethel has brought her the peace and happiness she deserves.
Why hasn't her life been easy?
Our life in Bright Bay was turbulent. You'll forgive me if I don't elaborate further.
I'm curious about Bridget and her son.
Ah, yes, Sister Bridget. I pray for her and little brother Patrick every day. Losing Brother James was very hard on them both. But Brother Patrick will be a great ranger one day, and Sister Bridget has blossomed into a pillar of the community.
I want to know about the Hawkins family.
Brother Jerome is one of our best rangers, and Sister Sue Ellen is a gifted healer. I thank God every day for the blessings of their fellowship.
So how did you get from Bright Bay to this mountain?
It was God's will. When Eliza was a small child, he sent her a vision. She saw a distant shore, the sun rising over the hills and shining on the water of a new ocean. It was clearly a sign to journey west, to the coast. I chartered an airship for Las Virgenes, but God had other plans for us. Our ship suffered mechanical problems en route. We were forced to make an emergency landing on this mountaintop. It was by the grace of God that we all reached the ground again safely. The ship had done its duty delivering us here. It would never fly again. So we salvaged it and built our new homes from the wreckage.
So you just decided to stay here and not finish the journey?
But you see, we did reach the end. Eliza later told me she'd had another vision. This time she saw great cities on the shore belching smoke and noise, the ground cracking open and the hills spitting fire. Her first vision had been a clue to go west, just not to the coast as we had thought. Our promised home was east of the sea, where the sun rose over the mountaintop.
When did Eliza have this second vision?
Midway through the voyage. She was on her way to tell me when the airship malfunctioned. It couldn't be clearer that this was God's plan for us all along.
Any updates on the wagon repairs?